Ever wondered which fragrances to avoid in 2024? Let's dive into the scents that missed the mark. Today we're counting down the top 5 worst fragrances of 2024. Get ready for some shocking picks, guys. You might even own some of these, but hey, it's all about learning and evolving our fragrance game, right? Let's go. Okay, fragrance fam, kicking off our list at number 5, we have Jean Paul Gaultier Paradise Garden. Now, the name might sound dreamy, evoking images of lush greenery and exotic blooms, but trust me, this fragrance is a paradise lost. We're talking about a scent that's so overwhelmingly grassy it feels like being bitten into the ground. Imagine taking a stroll through a field, not of flowers, but of freshly cut grass, and then tripping face first into the dirt. That's Paradise Garden for you. The opening is a blast of sharp green notes that are almost headache-inducing. It lacks that sweetness, that fruity freshness that we expect from a fragrance inspired by a garden. It's just straight up green like someone bottled up a lawn mowing session. And the dry down? Don't even get me started. It's basically the same grassy scent, just a bit muddled and with a weird, earthy undertone. Look, I appreciate a good green fragrance, but this one just misses the mark. It's unbalanced, harsh, and frankly quite unpleasant. Coming in at number 4, we have a fragrance that pains me to include on this list, Parfums de Marly Perseus. Now, I usually love Parfums de Marly, their fragrances are usually top-notch, but Perseus, my friends, is a prime example of an overpriced fragrance with a cheap smell and weak performance. The scent itself is a generic, forgettable blend of citrus and woods. It's like they took the most basic fragrance ingredients, threw them together without any thought, and slapped on a hefty price tag. And the performance? Don't even get me started. For a fragrance that costs as much as a month's rent, you'd expect it to last longer than a few hours. But no, Perseus fades faster than my hopes of finding a decent fragrance at a discount store. Look, I get it, luxury brands, premium ingredients, blah blah blah. But at the end of the day, a fragrance needs to smell good and perform well, and Perseus just doesn't deliver on either front. It's a hard pass for me. At number 3, we have a fragrance that's so sweet it'll give you a toothache, Jean Paul Gaultier La Male Elixir. Now, I'm not against sweet fragrances, but there's a fine line between seductive sweetness and cloying, headache-inducing sweetness. And La Male Elixir, it crosses that line and then some. It's like someone dumped an entire bottle of vanilla extract into a vat of caramel and then decided to call it a fragrance. It's just too much, guys. And the worst part, this fragrance is a massive turnoff for women. I've asked around, and the general consensus is that La Male Elixir is just too sweet, too heavy, and too overwhelming. It's like wearing a giant flashing neon sign that screams, "I'm trying too hard." If you're looking for a Jean Paul Gaultier fragrance that's actually attractive, do yourself a favor and check out Le Male Le Parfum. It's a much more sophisticated and masculine scent that won't send potential partners running for the hills. Coming in at number 2, we have a fragrance that's so strange, so polarizing, that it had to be included on this list, Xerjoff Neo. Now, Xerjoff is a brand known for its bold, unique fragrances, but Neo takes it to a whole other level. This fragrance is not for the faint of heart. It's a complex blend of notes that's both intriguing and slightly off-putting. Imagine the smell of a dusty old library combined with the metallic tang of blood and a hint of something sweet and floral. It's weird, it's confusing, and it's definitely not for everyone. And let's not forget about the price tag. Xerjoff Neo is one of the most expensive fragrances on the market. You're basically paying for the privilege of smelling like a walking paradox. And the reactions from women? Let's just say they're not exactly lining up to get a whiff of this one. Most women find it too strange, too masculine, and frankly a bit off-putting. Look, if you're a fragrance enthusiast who enjoys challenging scents and you have money to burn, then go ahead and give Neo a try. But for the average guy, there are plenty of other fragrances out there that smell better and won't break the bank. And finally, the moment you've all been waiting for, the fragrance that claims the top spot on our list of the worst fragrances of 2024 is, drumroll please, YSL YEDT. Now before you all grab your pitchforks and torches, hear me out. YSL YEDT isn't necessarily a bad fragrance, it's just the worst of the best. Let me explain. The YSL Y line is full of amazing fragrances like the iconic YEDP, which is a mass-pleasing masterpiece. But the EDT version, it's like the awkward younger sibling that no one really talks about. It's not that the EDT smells bad, it's just that it's so generic, so uninspired, that it fades into oblivion compared to its older brother. It's like a watered-down version of the EDP, lacking that depth, that complexity that makes the EDP so special. It's the kind of fragrance that you wear when you don't want to offend anyone, but you also don't want to make a statement. It's just there. Look, if you're a fan of the YSL line and you're on a budget, then sure, the EDT is a decent option, but if you want a fragrance that's truly captivating, that turns heads and leaves a lasting impression, then do yourself a favor and splurge on the EDP. Trust me, your nose and your love life will thank you. So there you have it, Fragrance Fam, the top 5 worst fragrances of 2024. Remember, this list is just my opinion, and what smells good is subjective. If you love any of these fragrances, more power to you. Rock what you love. But if you're looking to upgrade your fragrance game and avoid any scent disasters, then hopefully this video has given you some things to avoid. Don't forget to smash that like button if you enjoyed this video, and subscribe to the channel for more fragrance reviews, tips, and tricks. And for the best deals on fragrances and skincare, be sure to check out the link in the description below to visit the Parfum Passion website. Until next time, Fragrance Fam, stay smelling amazing.